What's going on, everybody? It's your man Vincent M Ward,
And I'm Tekoya Ward.
and welcome to Conversations with the Wards. So, we're finally doing this. You know, we've been talking about this for 2 years
Yeah.
now, but somebody is always busy with her very important job, which
That's
is
right.
which is more important than what I do. What you do, babe?
I don't think so, but I'm an educator. I've been an educator for 20 years, going into my 21st year. And our first episode today is going to be about long distance relationships.
Yeah, well, some of y'all probably know, but a lot of you don't know. We actually met at a Walking Dead convention
In Chicago.
in her hometown of Chicago.
Yep.
You know, I like to play around, and you know, some of you probably heard this story 1,000 times.
But I'm going to say it the right way.
But go ahead.
Okay, so I went to a Walking Dead convention in Chicago. This was February 22nd, 2015. And I was with my niece, Morgan, my daughter, Caitlin, our daughter now. And we were in the line to look at the RV. I don't know if you guys know about the RV in the Walking Dead, but we were in the line to take pictures and stuff. And so I looked over to my right. I was like, that's Oscar.
And I was looking like
He's
this.
handsome. I was like, let's go over there. So we got out of the line, and as soon as we walked up, he was like, hey, my new family, my wife and kids.
Yeah, I like to play around. You know, I like to joke and all of the other stuff. So when I saw her, because I mean, there's no disrespect to anybody, but you know, you really don't see too many beautiful black women come to these conventions, and
Yeah,
you know.
thanks.
And I saw her, and I was like, "What up, though?" But in a friendly way.
No, I mean, the conversation was really genuine. Like, we talked about just me being an educator. And I don't even know if you remember this. Remember you said, I commend you guys, teachers, firefighters, policemen. We talked about that.
Like I just said, people with the real jobs. You know, people always looking up to actors and athletes and all that. But you know, the only thing we do is entertain. But for her position, her career, she really takes pride in, you know, teaching your kids and, you know, making sure they're on the right track. That's why I always tell her she's probably one of the greatest teachers or educators in the world. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I see
Thank you.
what she goes through with the kids and with the parents, especially during COVID. Woo-wee.
You know what? I made it work, though.
Yeah. She made it work, and we made it work together once we finally linked up. But the crazy thing about it is when she left my table, you know, after flirting with me. No, she wasn't
please.
flirting with me.
Usually he says I'm stalking him.
I'm going to get to that point. But after she left the table, we never exchanged numbers, anything, emails, nothing.
Wait, can I tell the story of how it, like, started? So that night, I went home. I told my sister, I was like, my sister Misty, I said, listen, I met this guy. He's from The Walking Dead. He's handsome, down to earth. Like, the conversation was just genuine. I was like, oh my God, he's from Ohio. We Midwesterners. And we just clicked. And so she was like, girl, he has a Facebook page. And so I checked his Facebook page, and then I left him a message with the picture that I paid $30 for.
Stalking.
Of us. I was like, hey, this is your new family, your wife and kids, you know. At the time, that's when I thought you had the same birthday that I had, but thanks to Morgan. So our birthdays are a month apart. He's January 27th. I'm February 27th. And so I was like, oh yeah, we got the same birthday and this and that.
Stalkers.
And then I was like, what the? I was like, his birthday is not my birthday. So I was like, oh my God, how can I edit this? He gonna think I'm crazy. So I was able to edit it because he didn't look at the message anyway. He responded like 2 days later though.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, once again, going back a little bit with why we didn't exchange numbers. I was getting out of a situation, and she was getting out of a situation, and you know, I've learned over the years, we you finish something, you make sure that's finished before you move on. Macy, that was us.
That was me.
Come here, Macy. Frisbee. Once you get out of a situation, you make sure that situation is done before you
Step
move
into
on.
something else, yeah.
Because that drama can come over to your new situation, then you be looking crazy. So
Right now.
as time went on, about a month later, I went to.
Yeah, about
Come
a
here,
month,
Macy.
about-
This
sorry.
is real. This is real.
Yeah. This is Macy, our Rottweiler.
Come here. See, what happened was Tekoya hit the table and she thinks somebody's at the door.
Yeah. So
Macy, come here.
that's my fault. Anyway, so about a month later, he went off to Malaysia, and then we still kept in touch. We kept in touch before Malaysia, but like we really got to know each other. Even on like
Down, Frisbee.
not even necessarily an intimate level. I don't want to get into details just yet about that, but I mean, we did find ways to mentally and physically stimulate each other while you were in Malaysia, and then
From across the country.
right
Across the world. Brother.
across the world, right? And so,
In other words, when I got home, I knew I was going to hit it. I knew it was gonna be on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
But once again, it's you have to realize too, I was in Malaysia for 3 months.
right.
For 3 months. So
I was serving it up for you, baby.
yeah, so we got to know each other,
Yeah.
We really and truly got to know each other, and it was a connection, even though we only
Right.
seen each other in person for that 10, 15 minutes.
And can I say something about that?
Stop asking, can you say something? Just say something.
I just want to. No, I'm being polite, But anyway.
Because she usually cuts me off. That's what it is.
Anyway, I'm trying to be polite right now. So, like I was saying, a lot of times you don't get a chance to get to know this person before you even have sex. I just felt like that was special to us.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, like after I came back, by her being a teacher, she was off for the summer.
Yeah.
So a lot of times she would come to LA and spend the summer with me, and we did that for 4 years. We dated what?
Long distance 4 years and married.
A year long distance.
But
so.
like I came to California, if not every month, every other month. Like I was out here a lot. A lot. So
long distance can work.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is you have to put time and effort, and you got to be secure with yourself. Because the devil he'll pop in your head and make you think
I gotta
so.
let Frisbee out.
Oh yeah, she had to let Frisbee out because Frisbee is at the door. Frisbee is the old man. He came with the package.
Right.
So he got to go to the bathroom. Frisbee's he'll be 13 in December, and little Macy, she'll be 3 in November. So
Right.
this is live, man. This ain't no playing around. You see?
As you see,
Y'all heard the dryer go off.
Yeah.
You heard the dogs bark because he thought somebody was at the door. You see her get up and then left the door open so we can hear all the cars. Hear all the cars go past. But it's live.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
But yeah, I mean, it really. And shout out to Spirit.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
People talk bad about Spirit, but Spirit worked for
got
us.
through. Only because I had like clothes here. I was literally bi-coastal pretty much. This was my second home until I finally made the move. So all I had to do was bring a backpack on Spirit.
Yeah.
That was it.
So shout out to Spirit
Yes,
Airlines,
shout out to
man.
Spirit.
If y'all want to, be one of the what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get back to it. But yes, thank you, Spirit, because they had the cheap tickets.
Oh, you want us to be ambassadors? to
No,
Spirit?
I ain't ambassadors, but thank y'all because it would have been a lot more money. So
Oh shit, it's still a lot.
yeah,
But you were worth it.
yeah, and so it's all about that whole. I know for me, my first time on TV was on Jenny Jones, being a player.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I'm a player, and she knows it. That was the first time I was ever on TV. So a lot of people be like, well, how did you do it? You know.
Being a player and surviving this one.
No. How did you do it? How did you stay, real with her or faithful to her being long distance? And a lot of times, and this is not me, not giving her props, but for me personally, after you did that and done that and over all the years, and I want to elevate our lives and my career and family. And so my thing is, yeah, I probably could have did whatever I wanted to do and she wouldn't know it. But the thing is, I feel like God would know it. Right. So by me stepping out on her, especially if we married, then I never get to where I really and truly want to be at in life, being a cheater or being that guy that was on Jimmy Jones.
Right. I mean, but it could go both ways. Like, same with me. But you have to mature. Not saying that I never cheated or anything like that, because I have. Also.
Not on me.
Not on him. Not on him. No, not on him. I'm mature.
Or is that what you really meant?
Nigga.
Some words you can't say on the podcast. And that's definitely one of them.
Okay, I'm so sorry for saying that word. Forgive me. But
right.
No. Not you. Okay. I'm not going to say who.
Right.
Tell me. No.
I was just letting them know. So,
yeah.
Look, she all thrown off now. She shook.
I am.
So, but yeah, this episode is all about how dating long distance or being married long distance can work. You just got to find the ways to make it work, and if that person is worth it, then you'll figure out something.
And so for us, communication was the key. Just making sure it went from talking all of the time, sexting, sexy pictures. Mm-hmm. Like when I used to come here, it was like a first time every time. We always had we go on dates now, but it just felt like the first time every time. Date night, the nights we spent together, it was just fresh and exciting and new and real.
And Macy never does that. We're just letting her get away with it right now so it can keep her quiet.
Come on.
So, but no, my goal was to always try to make it like it was the first time we seen each other.
Right.
My thing is if she can fly to California, then the least I can do is try to make it exciting and fun for her.
Memorable.
Yeah. So, I mean, I did go to Chicago a couple times. I don't want people to think he just was coming out here.
He went a couple of times.
Yeah, I went a couple times, but it was always different when she came.
But yeah, I was
home.
The traveler. But I didn't mind either though, because it was just a chance for me to get away, and something, just like a vacation in a sense. And
then the closer we got, Caitlin ended up coming.
Yeah.
Caitlin is our daughter.
Yes.
Caitlin came with the package. Guys, if you can't deal with what comes with the package, then you might not want to pursue it. Don't waste nobody's time if you're not ready to commit to their kids or to their dog or whatever.
And then she came on summer vacations too, because I came on the weekends a lot, but during summer breaks when we came, she came with us during the summer. With me during the summertime. So that was our family time together during the summers.
Yeah, and then we got married in Ohio at my parents' house. Yeah. Shout out to my parents, Eddie and Virginia Ward, for
the best mother-in-law and father-in-law ever.
For making it special, for us and opening up their home and all types of stuff. And then one day, we got on that highway. Let me back. One day, I flew to Chicago. We packed her stuff up, and she came on out here.
Yeah.
And she been out. How long you been out here now?
Almost 4 years now.
Almost 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of rough for me because, like, you know.
How did you feel leaving though?
I was excited. I was scared. I was nervous because I've been in Chicago majority of my adult life, so this is something new. I mean, I wasn't worried about a job or anything like that because you pretty much can get a teaching position anywhere. It was just, okay, this is the reality. You are going to be around each other every day now. I mean, summers we were around each other every day, but I can always go back to my house.
Right.
This is something totally different. Like, we have our house together, but it's like, okay, now you can't go back home. Like,
right. If you mad, you just mad. Go home back there and lay down somewhere.
I'm
or go
stuck
for
here.
a walk.
Right.
So it's totally different. That's where the test really and truly happens.
And it's a test because, I mean, it is difficult. But the thing about it is, yeah, we have our moments, but we always find our way back to each other. And so, I mean, there are times where it takes a while to get back to that place, but we still find our way back. Because my big thing, this is like a really big thing, and it's huge for me as far as a relationship, is communication. I don't care if you're mad at me or not. Let's talk about it, you know. But and we're pretty good about that. I mean,
I think I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, I guess because, you know, the older you get, the more you just be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Right.
You know, it's like, what's the use of staying mad? Because, I mean, I always think, like, what if I leave this house mad and something happens?
Yeah.
And vice versa. And no matter how upset we might be at each other, we never leave this house without at least kissing each other.
Oh, yeah. That's like a big thing, which I'm glad that we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're mad at the person, you still kiss them.
Right.
You know, because if some, God forbid, happened to one of us, at least you know you had that kiss and you still feel that kiss.
Yeah.
You know, if that person is gone away.
Yeah.
So that's very, very important. I think another important thing is when a person comes to you or moves in with you, you don't make them feel like they're moving in with you. You make them feel like this is their place too.
Well, it was.
Right.
You know.
Right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I get what you're saying. You're talking about me coming from one state to another. I get what you're saying. And then two,
no, I'm talking about like if somebody moving to somebody's apartment or moving to somebody's house.
Oh.
You never want the other person to feel like they're moving in with you. You want that person to feel like this is their
roommates.
home too.
Yeah.
You know, and that's exactly what we did. Because I mean, we have a house.
Right.
And at first, my name was the only name on the house. But what if something happened to me?
Right.
The city, the state gonna take it over?
Well, explain why your name was the first on the house. Because you what?
What'd I do?
You got the house.
Oh, I got the house. Yeah, I made sure, because it was, once again, but remember, I was staying in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
So I had a wife and a daughter that was moving in. Yeah. And we couldn't stay in no 1-bedroom apartment. So I got my credit together and I saved my money to make sure when they moved here that they had their own space, that they felt at home, and that everything was, you know, everything was taken care of.
And I appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah, but in the same breath, I made sure that her name was on that deed, and you know, the girl came out here and we had to sign the papers and all of other stuff. So
yeah, so my name is in the house now. I mean, honestly, I didn't care about that. Like,
I did. I cared about it.
I get it, but it wasn't like I didn't feel like it wasn't mine. I mean, at the time, it just made sense because I was still in Chicago when we got this house. So, I mean, but now, you know, when I moved, we did all of that, and then, you know.
It was important to me because I've been in that situation where I moved in with somebody and they put me out, or they reminded me that this was their place. So
Right.
I've never, ever, and never will make her feel like that. I can't anyway. Her name's
And
on
then,
there.
you know, Virginia Ward ain't gonna allow that
Yeah,
to
my
happen.
mom.
But big shout out to my mother-in-law, because she told him to make sure that he made sure that this house was my house too. You know, remember that?
Yeah, but she didn't. Well, she said it on a business tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more on
I
a
thought
business.
it was more personal than
No.
anything.
She didn't have to. She didn't have to tell me. That's the point.
Right.
My mom didn't have to tell me because, like I said, I know how that feeling is, and I never want it, because it got to a point where I didn't even want to accept gifts and stuff from people, because it's been situations where people take it back.
Oh, trust me. Listen. Let me tell you something. It has been. It's been times where it's just like, dude, just take it, you know. And I get it, but this, and every relationship is different. Everybody views relationships differently, and I had to learn to accept that from you, even though I still pushed gifts anyway. You just had to learn to just accept it, that it was genuine, and it wasn't any ill intent behind that.
Right.
You know, so look,
It's-
I'll take a gift.
And speaking of genuine, what people need to stop doing is interfering in people's relationships.
Right.
I mean,
in terms of what do you mean?
If a person is feeling a person,
Right.
don't try to put doubt in their mind. You know, she out. Y'all met at the Walking Dead convention. She out for your money, or your fame, or how she really like you or care about you. Like,
Right.
what? My whaty?
And first off, that wasn't, honestly, I was going to that convention because I was a fan of The Walking Dead. I had no clue you were there.
Yeah, I know.
When I saw you, I was like, oh shit, like, okay, let's go meet him. But I mean, it wasn't, I have my own stuff.
Right, she more secure than me. Shoot, I gotta go beat people out. She got a check coming all the time. So
I mean,
but you know what I'm saying,
I know
though,
what
when
you're
people
saying.
say stuff like that, it's
Yeah.
like
and that's the thing, and that's probably what it is like, oh, she's gold digger. I'm sure there are a lot of people that thought that, like, oh, she after his money, or it's like, I've been through hell and hot water to get here to California.
And on top of that,
period.
it's kind of vice versa too.
Yeah.
Why would he want you? He out in LA.
He in LA. He a player. It's like, it is not like that with us at all. And first off, people that know me, that you genuinely know me, you know I ain't gonna put up with no crap like that. Period. I don't care how fine you are, how good you are in bed, I ain't gonna put up with that.
Right.
Period. Like, that's just, it is what it is. Like, and I'm not gonna put my daughter around. Oh, Macy.
No, she's just chilling.
Okay. I'm not going to put my daughter in a situation where, she's around a male figure, a father figure that's negative to her mother. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And, I'm just thankful that we can say our child, because that's what it is. Even though she came with the package, y'all got a great relationship. And,
I tell people I got 5 kids. And they be like, where the 5th one come from? I'm like, well, they're like, oh, okay. And
she magically appeared.
Yeah, and she's so sweet. She's so talented and smart.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, man.
Thank you.
Back long distance.
Long distance.
It could work.
Yeah, it can. I mean, listen.
It can work if you make it work.
And you have to be mature enough. I had somebody tell me once, I wouldn't be able to do that. Now, mind you, I'm in my 40s. This person is in their 50s, right? And, and it's just like, at first I took offense to it, but then again, I had to say to myself, you not me, I'm not you. Like, honestly, in my 20s, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah, in my 30s.
No.
In my 30s.
No.
It's all about maturity.
Absolutely.
It's all about maturity and know what you have.
Exactly.
And being
your
tired
worth.
of doing what you used to do. You know, I tell people this all the time. The one way that I thought I would die is a woman would kill me. I used to think that all the time.
You told me that.
I would think that somebody is going to be like fatal attraction. I hurt somebody because I never hurt anybody on purpose. But the point is, you don't know how somebody's feelings or how somebody's going to take whatever. You can say we just kicking it.
I'm kind of glad he brought that up. And that's nothing dealing with me. But I think that kind of ties into what our next podcast should be about.
Next show.
The next show.
Okay. What is that?
True crime.
Yeah, true crime.
Because listen, I don't know, for whatever reason, he thinks that I'm like crazy for watching stuff like that, but we'll get into that next time.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought of that because I think that like segues into, our next podcast.
Yeah, and plus, we got like 4 minutes, so we're trying to keep it at 30 minutes because we can go for a while. But again, a conversation with the Wards. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on YouTube
and Facebook.
And another thing we're going to be doing is we're going to have other couples come on the show also. So if you're interested in being on the show, either inbox us. Wait till she start making that loud noise. Either inbox us or you can email us at conversationwithvt@gmail.com. That's conversation.
I can't drink my drink. With.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
It's conversation with GT. Damn. No, I'm messing up. What is it? Conversation with what?
I don't know. You should know, sir.
It's conversation with VT@gmail.com. That's what it is. So you can email us with some questions that you
want us to talk about,
or some show suggestions. Yeah. Or if you want to come on the show, email us.
Yeah.
Or inboxes.
Just tell us what you like about the first episode too.
Yeah, the pilot. This is the pilot.
The pilot.
We actually got a list of things that we was thinking about.
Yeah, so here's some podcast ideas.
Show ideas. Well, that's what it is. Show ideas for the podcast.
Yes, for the podcast.
Go ahead, read them all.
We're gonna talk about true crime, cold cases, date nights.
And you understand what we mean by that when we talk about it.
Ooh, favorite movies. Deal breakers. That's a good one. What's your deal breaker?
Just read them
holiday
all.
themes.
She can't read this chicken scratcher. She's a teacher.
Whatever. Hush. We're going to go on a food crawl. Current affairs like the news. Tell stories because he has a lot of stories to tell. Listen, he knows first names and last names. It's crazy. Road tripping with the Wards.
Yeah, look out for that. We still gonna pitch that show.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a road trip. Talk about education. That's my thing. Acting, his thing. Gonna have like a hiking day. Sports, celebrity news and gossip, genealogy. I think one day we should do like an ancestor test and then talk about our results. Cooking. That's my thing. He can cook too, y'all. He does really well with like seafood and stuff like that. Like, for
Even though
real.
I can't eat shrimp no more. Damn.
Even though he can't eat shrimp, but he can cook some seafood. Play games with listeners and guests. Ooh, we're gonna do pet owners.
Oh yeah. And I didn't even realize how much I love dogs until she came around. I really understand how your pet can be your child.
Yeah, a pet is your family. Mm-hmm. Oh, we just have viewers' questions. Books. Oh, so we have this book. It's called 365 Connection Questions for Couples. We haven't yet used it yet, but I think it'll be good to do that for on a show where we answer questions and be real about the answers and stuff like that. Oh, sex. Yeah, let's talk about that.
So we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of things. And sponsorship. Yeah, yes. Spirit, that's the word I was looking for. So we're looking for sponsors and all that. So we're going to have a good time again. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and share it. And you got any questions, hit us up, man. A conversation with the Wards. I'm Vincent M Ward, a.k.a. Big V Ward.
He says that all the time. I'm Tekoya Ward, a.k.a. T Ward.
And we are the Wards, and
Yes.
thank you for watching the pilot, the first episode of A Conversation with the Wards.